The martyrs of history were not foolish. And our honored dead who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not have dared.
Welcome to another episode of Freedom Radio.
So the question is our agreement based on a total misunderstanding of the other one?
Now, sir, I get to explain your politics to you. All right, I have thought about this somewhat, and I think, like as you've said, we are not so far apart, because I believe that our politics are both grounded in liberty. So let's start with how I think your politics are, and let me explain it. You believe in liberty, you believe in freedom, and that the government should protect those things for everyone, and that perhaps with a little bit more involvement than, say, I would think that the government should be. But in Sweden, the way your government has operated has been perhaps a little more trustworthy in different areas, so you are more apt, and it being that your country is smaller, like the size of a U.S. state, you're able to have more accountability. So it makes sense that, these people aren't far away, that they can never be touched or heard from. They're closer. So it is much more like how we operate in the United States as a state. Let's see. Let's go with taxes. Taxes, you believe taxes should be, you believe taxes should be enough that it provides for the common welfare of those, but everyone should have skin in the game. And then also those taxes have to be used well for not just the basics of society, but for helping those as well, be a little bit beyond just the basics of society, more than just military and roads and bridges. You believe that taxes should be used towards healthcare, for example, because healthcare is something that makes a society survive and go around. So that is just as essential as a good road or bridge. One thing I do know about you is that you believe that all men have the right to keep and bear arms, and that even in Sweden, that you would push and accept that willingly, gladly, the free use of firearms and less regulation, much more like we have in the States. That I do know about you. So you are one to keep and bear arms. That is a God-given right.
Yes, Logan. About the guns, you are 100% correct. I would like to take the Second Amendment that you have and weld it onto the Swedish Constitution forever and ever. Don't judge other Swedes by this standard or expect this from any other Swede. I wouldn't say that it's a unique position, but it's very rare.
You believe your parliamentary system is good in Sweden because it forces people to work together more to get anything done. In America, it tends to be very much 50-50 or 51-49, and whoever wins. It's not always like that, but in Sweden, it doesn't work that way, much like other places in the world. And so you like divided government, as I also do as well, as I've come to getting older, but in your case, divided government gets more things done. See, in our case, divided government gets less things done. That's why I like it. So that is the things that come to my mind about explaining your politics to you, the Swede.
Yeah, you pretty much got me. Some things I would like to clarify. It's not that I, trust the state very much and want to give them all the power. It's just that I mistrust corporations even more. So yeah, there's more things I like to be in the common than you, probably. But it has to be the right things. Like stuff that is everyone's problem. The problem with both the right and the left is that they don't do the distinction, I think, at least here. You got the right that want to privatize everything, even stuff that should be common, and you got the left that wants to make everything collective, even stuff that should be private. So it's about the right things. So when it comes to stuff that is like everyone's problem, like defense force and stuff like that, it's still someone that has to handle it. That's just how things work. And then I prefer someone that I can fire. So that's probably one of the reasons I want more eggs to be in the state basket. In some ways, when it comes to the Swedish model, the state is actually less involved. Work market, for example, you have the collective of those who buy labor, and you have the collective of those who sell their labor, and they have to thrash it out. So it's all about agreements. We don't have any law on minimum wages at all. So then when it comes to law, there's rules of engagement solidified in the law, but the outcome is not up to the state. We have division of power, but outside of the actual government.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want for nothing. He makes me lie down in the green pasture.
And those who cause
Reaches up my head with oil.
Because those
Gives me
voices
kung
don't
fu
speak
in the
for the
face
rest
of my
including the
head.
KKK.
You and I know and do not
Neo-Nazis,
believe that
white
life is so
supremacists,
dear and peace so
and
sweet
other
to be
hate
purchased
groups
at the price of